Hello, this is Justin from the Dada project. In this screencast, we're going to look at how to import as well as export a subscription list into Dada. So I'm at the membership view screen of my Dada and I have no subscribers. And what I do have is a list of subscribers from another system, let's say, that I'd like to import into Dada. The file is in a CSV file, a common separated values file, and this was just something I exported from a database. The thing I want to kind of point out about this data is the first row of information is the email address itself, followed by any of the subscriber fields I've set up, and then actually a password. So to import a file like this, all I really have to do is copy everything. I'm going to go back to my Dada and I want to go to membership, invite, subscribe, add. All right, and there's a few ways you can import addresses into Dada. You can actually just feed the file itself, or I'm going to go down and just paste those addresses in. There's about 100 of them. And click the green button that says verify addresses. All right, and that'll start the verification process. This process does things like make sure you passed valid email addresses, the email addresses aren't already subscribed, things like that. So it's done its work, and below here is all the addresses that have passed verification, and below there are all the addresses that actually didn't. So if I look under the email column, it just looks like these are invalid email addresses. So I'm pretty happy with this work. There's 79 addresses that I'm about to import. So all I have to do to import them is go to the bottom and click the button that's labeled subscribe, update, check addresses. All right, Dada will do the work, screen will refresh, and I'm back at the membership view screen, but now you'll notice that all those addresses I just imported are now listed. So that's basically how you import a subscription list into Dada. So what if I want to export this list back out? That's even easier. On the membership view screen, scroll down until you see a button labeled Export Subscribers and click it. A modal window will come up with a few options. There's different columns that you're allowed to export out, one of them being timestamp. I don't really need that right now. I do want the profile fields, and I don't need delivering preferences. That's more something for a discussion list, like do I want to digest or do I want individual messages or something? So I've made my choices, and all I have to do is click that export button, which I will, and that'll get downloaded. Now if you check it out, the file it exported out is very similar to the one I imported, except that it just didn't export the password for each email address, and that's just because once the password is in Dada, I can't get it out. It's encrypted and it's useless just exporting an encrypted password. Okay, so let's do something fun. What happens if I take that file I just exported and try to import it back into Dada? So I'm going to do the same steps over again. So I'm going to copy all the information. I'm going to go back to Dada. I'm going to go to membership, invite, subscribe, add. And I'm going to paste that information back in. All right. Go through the verification process. And the first thing it tells me is there's a whole bunch of addresses that are already subscribed. That makes sense because I just added them to the mailing list. But it gives me a couple options up front too. Basically, it tells me that these are already members of my list, but I can update the profile fields associated with it. And that's kind of an interesting thing I can be able to do. So think about this. Say I have a mailing list in my Dada. I export it, I import it into a spreadsheet application, a database application of my own. I make changes to those profile fields and I export it back out via CSV, and then I import it back into Dada. That's kind of a way I can update information out of Dada and import it back in. So kind of pro tip there. So say I made those changes in some of these profile fields. All I have to do is check all those addresses and go back down there and click click the button labeled Update Checked Addresses. Boom, that's all there is to it. I still have the same number of addresses as the first import, but if I made those changes are now a part of my Dada Mail mailing list. So that's a quick demo on how to import an already existing mailing list and then export it out. And then we went over how to re-import a file with addresses that are already subscribed. Say I made some changes to those profile fields. So another point about exporting a mailing list, I don't have to export my entire mailing list. Say I do a search on my mailing list for all the AOL.com email addresses. Boom. So here are the results, and I can export, again, just those results. Boom. So there are the 14 addresses that met my search criteria for an AOL.com email address. I can also look for anything in the profile fields. So instead of, let's look for Gavin. And it seems that I have 2 Gavins, and if I'd like, I can export just my addresses with the first name of Gavin, which is really awesome. If you need a more advanced search, that's available too. So if I want to make sure that, let's see, the first name specifically, or let's use a favorite color, is specifically red, I can do a search on that. Look in the bottom there. Great. I have 2 subscribers that have a favorite color of red. I can export those addresses out. So pretty malleable. Your subscription list is actually pretty malleable to export out once you import it in. So that's another pro tip for you. So that's all I got for today. Give Dada Mail a try if you have an already existing system that you're looking to move away from and use something better, like Dada Mail.